Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. I'm trying to get my co-commentator in, Pat. We seem to be having a couple of technical issues. I will have it, obviously, on this short qualifying session. Welcome in. It's the inaugural race of Tier 1 for season number 14. But just bear with me, guys. Well, either way, it's looking like a pretty sunny day here in Montreal. We can see a little bit of cloud cover up in the back there, and you are in, of course, for this, the Tier 1 race for the season opener. And, of course, it's at Montreal. The circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I'm pretty sure that once we get everything back up and running, we will try and get Pat in. Pat is obviously an integral part of our communications team, and it'd be wonderful to have his input tonight, and I will keep trying to make sure we can get him in. Let's just have a quick look at who we've got then on this Tier 1 race. The two Mercedes Drix, the winningest driver, of course, here in or is he the winningest driver now? Might not be. Of Moose Racing League. Yellow Snowmen, DeFi in the Williams with Baked Cookie in the Aston Martin. ADF in the Kick Sauber with Senna in the McLaren. The Ferrari of Eruption, then City of R reserving up for the Williams team up into Tier 1 here. Tay Vision in P9. Is that Taylor DCFC? Simon Colston. J-Jo, who's just had a good result at Canada for Tier 2. Cloud in the Red Bull in P12 with Tachubi in the second of our McLarens. Haas of Supply Raptor with its Z46 in the Kick Sauber. Ferrari Nut in the Alpine. Minico in the Ferrari. Andy there in the Aston Martin with Mods SC Boy in the Haas. And Not Zyro in the Alpine. So we will be obviously trying to keep tabs on these guys as they go round. Possible Ranger in the race, by the way. Good information from our resident weatherman. This week is Yellow Snowman. Minico says dry quality. Dry to wait, late on it looks like. You've got a late reserve drive. Absolutely, Yellow. Good to see you, mate. Yatin says, come on, Taylor. Cook time. Here to enjoy the sweaty balls. Nuts 94 downforce, says Sean Tiller. Let the hate watch commence. So Ferrari 94 not endearing himself to the fans this evening. Right, let's see if we can get our good friend Pat into this commentary box. Would be most disappointing if we couldn't, but we're just waiting on Discord to try and maneuver itself into a world where perhaps we can enjoy ourselves, but with Pat alongside. We've got to keep reading stuff out, Sean, you know. We've got to keep reading stuff. I will keep looking at, hopefully Pat is around. Mods SC Boy, by the way. I don't know whether there's an emphasis on the mods there, but he's just thrown down a 1:08.925 as his banker lap, with a little under 14 minutes remaining then in this short qualification session. ADF in the Kick Sauber pumps up to number 2 with a 1:09.6. 1:09.999. Only dial that in emergencies for Andy. And then it's another Kick Sauber then in P4 with a 1:10.4. So a couple of slower times there from Kick City of R, Ferrari Nut. A very slow banker there from Eruption as well. We're about to see Yellow Snowmen cross the line. What's his time going to look like? I'm going to bank on a 1:09.9, I think. We're going to pull that down. No, 1:10.5. Right, let's just see. Bear with me, squad. Yeah, I hope we can get you in as well, Pat. I need the backup, my friend. I need the backup. Do you know what I'm saying? It would be devastating to me if I couldn't get you in. Devastating. I can see you again, Pat. But I can't hear you. What is wrong with this computer? I'm losing my mind over here, chat. Pat has been sat patiently waiting for the start of this race, and my PC has destroyed all hope. Not even getting the signal that you're entering the chat, mate. This is why running back-to-back commentaries does not work. You restarted, mate, but I think it's at my end. Okay, so we're a shade under 12 minutes left at a Q1 short qualification session. Mods leads the way by 7/10 from ADF. We've then got Andy with a 109.99. Baked Cookie slithers in. That's the two Aston Martins currently provisionally taking that second row, all in hand. So Baked Cookie with the 10 flat, 10-1. It's Simon with Ferrari up, 10-1 as well. 10-1 also for Taylor. It's Z46. Now P8. He's just about to start his next outlap. Eruption is starting his lap as well. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just jump on board with Eruption then. Obviously coming into turns 3 and 4. That's one of the invalidation stations. As we referred to them previously. Turn 5, again, quite a lot of curb on the inside of both turns 5 and 6 as he heads down the road through turn 7. And then it'll be 8 and 9. A quick right and left. Lots of curb on the inside of both of those and on the runoff as we enter the run down towards the hairpin at turn number 10. A kick just getting out of the way there. Oh, a little turn in too early perhaps there from Eruption. Had to readjust that steering wheel. You saw it flick to the left, then back to the right to go capture that long hairpin. And now it's the long run down towards turns 13 and 14. Another invalidation station. How does he take it? The guys want to try and take as straight a line as possible without making contact with the wall. Tiny little tap there. And Eruption will get into the 9s, I think. Yeah, 109.1. So gets himself provisionally up onto the front row then. Sneaks in front of ADF by half a second. And it is a Haas and a Ferrari. As we've just seen in tier number 3 with Ferrari and Haas kind of hashing it out at the front. Mods and Eruption out in front. A little under 2/10 between them. I can see Pat is back in the commentary box with me, but yet again, not hearing. I have got some hideous problems. Pat, I am so sorry. I have ruined your evening. Pat, believe. From my phone. Got volume on. Your volume on. I've restarted Discord myself. Sorry, Pat, mate. I've made a boo-boo somewhere, pal. It's a problem with Discord, D. I'm not getting any noise through when connects. You know, like normally you get the notification when somebody joins the group and it goes, "Boop." I've checked my audio output on Discord and it's right. I've already done it, mate. Switched it out, switched it back. I'm restarting it anyway. I'll keep trying, Pat. I will keep trying, mate. I was very much looking forward to spending some time with you this evening, sir. Anyway, we've got Drix out on track. He's just about to come round turn 10, which is, of course, the hairpin, burning some battery over to the right-hand side, getting out of the way of the Aston Martin. There is the wing wide open, burning quite a lot of battery down towards the line then. He will need to build a little bit more up. Oh, very close to the wall. That's an invalidation. Too much contact with the wall, and that will be Drix having to start again. DeFi then at the top of the long run yet again. He will be starting his next lap. Cloud run an out lap. Supply Raptor here just at the end of Sector 1. About to go through turns 8 and 9. The annoying thing is, I've joined, I can't hear him. I've unplugged my headphones, so hopefully if he joins again, we can try one more. Well, just about managing to avoid the wall there. It's Supply Raptor. Supply Raptor's got some good pace, and he's almost into the 8s. Snags the position away from Eruption. It's a Haas front row lockout as we stand with a little under 6 minutes of this qualification session left to go. Ferrari in third with Tatubi now joining Eruption on that second row with Andy and ADF on the third row. Fourth row, it's Minico and Ferrari up with the fifth row, Senna and not Zyros. So plenty happening right now. Here comes Cloud. Cloud, we know Cloud's got a serious amount of pace as well. Certainly on the last game. Has he got enough on this game? He has. Cloud, provisional pole by a little under 600ths. It's the Red Bull of Cloud. Now provisional pole ousting the Haas of Mods Ski Boy. We've got DeFi. He will be going round again. I think this is actually DeFi's attempt at getting himself back around. I don't think this is going to be a valid lap. Probably trying to get in and back out again. Yeah, a little mistake there, even if it wasn't. J-Joe. Eruption! Never mind. Cloud, TF10 Cloud. Let's put the bag. Oh, my word. I can hear you, Pat. Sweet baby Jesus. Bear with me, Pat. Bear with me, Pat. I'm excited. I'm so... Ladies and gentlemen, I feel you. I'm so sorry. But I've got to try and plug it back in again. Right, speak to me. That's amazing. It's my headphones. No, you're in. I can hear you. Oh, Pat, I'm so excited. That was stressful. Yeah, and I've got no idea. You've come in at a great time, though. We've just had two incredible 108s from both Eruption and Cloud. Little under 4 minutes left, mate. Just for a minute, just tell me how you are. Yeah, I do like this track. We'll take a look at the track when we have our small break in between quali and the race. As J-Joe, by the way, a Tier 2 driver, just had a great result down in Tier 2. He's actually in P6 right now. We've got nobody out on track that's on a hot lap. So P8 for you in Tier 4, Pat. That's a sensational start to your season, my friend. What is it you like in particular about this track?
Hit that flow state and it's gonna be perfect, because that's what happened to me for about 10 laps. I was just feeling it. All of a sudden it went from lap 25 to lap 35.
Yeah,
it was just sensational at the end.
Oh, good stuff, my friend. Good stuff. Who have we got out on the track? Who do you want to take a look at then? We've got I think we've got Ferrari Nut, who's caught a lot of heat in the chat so far. You're on board with him, mate. Just take us through a hot lap with Ferrari Nut, my friend.
Yeah, so Ferrari not DRS flat out here coming to turn 1. You want to take some curb on entry. He does that just right. You want to hug that apex, avoid the car leaving the pit lane, run wide. And now tricky 3-4. You see a lot of invalidations here. People trying to cut too much. but he does it just right. A little bit of cut at 4, runs slightly wide, but kept it valid. Now what's he gonna do? He's looking to slightly improve by about 100th of a second. But here we go, DRS, wide open, perfect timing. Not using too much of the battery yet, so we're gonna expect to see that more here in about end of Sector 2, Sector 3. A little bit extra turn than I would prefer there, but he does keep it very nice. But coming to the hairpin, one of the trickiest corners on this track. He takes it a little deep, but gets a good exit out. So now we have DRS. This is a double helping of DRS in the race, but flat out, still not using much of the battery.
Not using any battery. What's he doing?
Did he back out? No, he's still going. Aggressive entry there. Looks decent, but I think he just stopped using battery entirely there.
Yeah, he just mustn't have been happy with his run. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
It looked like he'd actually strung it together quite nicely from a turns point of view. We do have Mods who set a 108 first lap out, so that was pretty impressive. He's not using any battery either.
He's invalidated.
Oh, he has invalidated. You're absolutely spot on. A Supply Raptor goes second fastest. Haas have had a good showing around here tonight. Dreams won the Tier 2 race, beg your pardon.
Yep.
So
yeah, I think Titans strung together a good top 2 tiers lineup. Like, they look very decent so far through Canada. I'm hoping for his sake that they continue. But also Takubi says, give me P2.
Yeah, there's some hot laps coming through now, and it is really spicing up in this last couple of minutes that we're going to have. The final runs. Everybody seemingly on a hot lap right now, including our good friend Drix, who's set himself a purple Sector 2. Hopefully that's not a glitch again on this particular game, as DeFi...
Oh, DeFi's crashed! World champions, and he's collected multiple cars! Oh dear, he's in the middle of the track too.
Yeah,
he's gone now.
That messed Drix up real bad.
Well, actually, no, Drix was fine. He's P6.
P6, okay, so he has made a good position then. Where's Tachubi's probably done invalidated. Eruption.
Yeah.
Eruption's going to get a tow line.
That's from his teammate.
Yeah. So Minico doing the tow job, getting out of the way at the end of that long straight, so sacrificing himself. Here comes Eruption then. Can Eruption solidify that position at the top? He does. Wow. He goes an extra 10th quicker, and that'll be him on pole position, unless Mods, who has invalidated yet again. The invalidation stations are rocking and rolling. J-Joe's driving Pinocchio with no front wing.
Zyro's
up into P6. Nice from him. ADF
very
slow.
nice indeed.
Ferrari Nut's in the wall.
And that's it. Everyone else is done.
Yeah, everyone else is done. Bait Cookie still going? Bait Cookie to the line? No, invalidated. So yeah, that's it. Eruption. The TF10 boys in Eruption and Cloud. Solidifying that place on the front row.
Yeah, just the top 5 there with electric 108s. Those are insane lap times to get.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can look at my own time trials. I'm in the 108. Sorry, 108s. I'm in the 110s.
Yeah, I did 11-2 in quali. I was proud of that.
Absolutely, I'd be absolutely delighted with that. But no, these guys, that's why these guys are in Tier 1. They are the quickest we got over here at Moose Racing League. Sorry for the weird start to the stream, everybody. I was having a little bit of a panic trying to get Pat in. And it's meant that we were a little bit late. But it's Eruption in the Ferrari on pole. Joining them on that front row, it is Cloud in the Red Bull, then followed on the second row by Tachubi in the McLaren and the Haas of Supply Raptor in P4. It's another Haas. This time it's Mods in P5 with not Zyros, P6 in the Alpine, followed by the Mercedes of Drix in P7, making a long-awaited return. J-Joe reserving up from Tier 2 in P8 in the Visa Cash App. 9, it's Andy in the Aston Martin, and completing that top 10, it'll be ADF in the Kick Sauber with a 109.645. Let's just take a quick look at the track map, Pat. There we go. So, yeah, Montreal, 2.7 miles, 4.3 kilometers, 14 turns. There are 3 DRS zones, so plenty of opportunity to get the advantage on that car in front of you within that 1 second. Not a great deal of elevation. With the pinnacle of this track is up at between turns 2 and 3, down to turn 4 as we get into that invalidation station and that problem that we get. But yeah, nice track as you mentioned earlier on, Pat. I'm looking forward to the race. I think we're going to find ourselves maneuvering quite well. We've definitely got some issues with my ability to stream and not lag everywhere, but hopefully it's not going to ruin the race.
I feel like we'll be just fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. And I'm going to crash another beer out because I'm sweating hard from just commentating and worrying.
I was about to say you had an amazing tier 2 commentary, and how you jumped right into the tier 1.
Oh, well, I thought I'd made a mess of it and restarted tier 2 again by mistake, but yeah, I don't ever want to do that with like 13 minutes in between the end of tier 2 and the start of tier 1 ever again. It was horrific.
Oh, I know.
I don't think brutal. I've sweated that much when I've been racing. Never mind, just in the comms box. It's looking good though. We did hear that it's going to start dry and maybe move to wet later on. What would if you knew that we were going to get wet in the last third of this race? What would your strat be?
Well, I'm gonna do that hard tire. That hard tire can take you most of the race. It can get you to lap 20, no problem. Out 35, and if it's the last third, you're gonna have that rain right around there. So you take that hard tire all the way, chuck on inters, and go to the end. It would be no problem. Inters are very nice around this track.
Yeah, and if there were no safety cars, is it a good one stop?
Oh, one stop is very doable. It's 20 on hard, 15 on medium. If you can get lucky with an early safety car, you maybe be able to take that hard 25 and do only 10 on the medium.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I'm looking at the tyres right now, and there are only 5 drivers who've opted for that hard tyre. Everybody else has gone for the medium compound. The top 6, Eruption Cloud, Tubi, Supply Raptor, Mods, Zyros, they are all on the medium compound tyre. Do you think that might give a little bit of advantage to the likes of Drix and J-Joe, ADF, Ferrari Nut, and then obviously it's a little bit towards the back end here. Yellow Snowman, by the way, qualified in 19th and did tell us that he was cooking cereal.
I think the hards do get the advantage. I will say out of the gate, the mediums will have the advantage because they'll be the better tire to start on. You don't have to warm up that much on the formation lap, so it's less wear. So mediums will have the advantage out of the gate for the first, I would say, about 3 laps. Then after that, the hards are going to be the way to go. They're going to last long. They'll be consistent lap times. You're going to be able to run longer before drop off. So yeah, I think if Drix and JJ could just hang with the top 6, by the time about lap 3, lap 4 hits, they're going to be in the money.
Yeah, and that's where we like to be, in the money, as Pat says. But it's going to be a Ferrari and a Red Bull that will take position. Are we going to see a slight angle here from the Ferrari pointing at the... Really, yeah, he's taken one heck of an angle, as has the McLaren of Tubi. Cloud is pointing in the opposite direction, so Cloud's pointing off to the left. Eruption pointing off to the right, as is Tubi. Will we see a coming together of cars at turn number 1? Look at the angle on that Red Bull. That is incredible. Lights are coming on, ladies and gentlemen. That's 3, possibly 4, possibly 5. And now it's showtime here at Tier 2. Not a great start from Cloud, it looked like. He's going to have Tubi up alongside him, trying to go around the outside of turn 1, maybe the inside of turn 2, get himself into position for the inside of turn number 3. But no, it's Cloud who manages to get the traction there, but it's Eruption out in front in that Ferrari. Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, the 2 Haas flying in formation 4 and 5, Mods and Supply Raptor. The 6 medium runners maintaining their position. Defy and Taylor exchanging positions a little bit further down, but a bit of contact possibly, but plenty of positions exchanged in the opening skirmishes here on lap 1 of 35 at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve for round number 1 of season 14's Tier 1 Moose Racing League Championship. A good start that from Eruption, Pat. He has made the money in the first lap so far.
Yeah, Eruption had a fantastic start, but another one had a great start. DeFi, he's already got 5 positions. Already up in the P15. and find himself in a train to potentially see himself into the top 10.
Yeah, super stuff from DeFi. Let's just have a quick look at those position changes as we come to the end of turn one. Lap one. Baked Cookie also up 3 as they come weaving through for the first time that final chicane. Turn 13 and 14, trying to avoid the wall of champions. Plenty of action going on. We've got Simon, Minico, Drix real close here in that midfield. Baked Cookie and ADF side by side as well. Aston Martin and Kick Sauber. It's the Kick Sauber who comes out on top this time, but I'm pretty sure that Baked Cookie will not go away anytime soon. Supply Raptor and Mods have exchanged positions. That's the only change in that top 6 so far on those medium tyres. What else have you noticed in that first lap there, Pat? Anything of any note, or is it just too close to call right now?
It's Haas switching positions out of the gate. Mods had a very good start, but you know, everyone's just hanging together right now where you have just a massive train right now, so it's just nip and tuck. People are swapping positions, going into corners. I mean, Baked Cookie made a very nice move on ADF as ADF is starting to drop as Senna has just passed ADF. He's just dropping, not having the best of time right now.
Oh, exactly. A good move that from the McLaren up towards the stick. DeFi making another move this time on ADF as well. So ADF dropping like a stone. He's missing a right end plate. And that is a Williams, by the way. A Williams of DeFi. And possibly Baked Cookie getting into it at the Wall of Champions. There's no right end plate on that Williams of DeFi. He is going to struggle for downforce. And round goes ADF. Collected by Taylor. Collected by Taylor. Not a good start this for the Kick Saubers. ADF collected. He's missing a right end plate now as well. And It's, by the way, had pitted at the end of lap number 1. So he's way back as well. So Kick Saubers, the 2 strongest drivers out there because they're holding everybody else up, Pat. Not a great start for the Green Machine.
No, not a great start at all. And ADF, who actually had a very solid season last season, I was expecting some good stuff again, but that's not how you want to start. But it's round 1 of 10, so still a long season, and I can confirm with it was a front wing change on lap 1.
Yeah, so not great from him. Baked Cookie taking a position there from Senna. And the Aston Martin up into P12. He will be challenged, I believe, down towards the final chicane, though. Simon in the V-Cub just having a little peek on the inside of Minico as well. But, yeah, those guys maintain position. The front 2 in Eruption and Cloud have broken that DRS chain. It's them 2 up. Yellow Snowman is out of the race at the Wall of Champions.
Safety car. Oh boy.
Safety car. Wow. So all the hard work done by the front 2. Eruption and Cloud undone in a heartbeat as Yellow Snowmen in the Mercedes out of this race at the Wall of Champions. Unfortunate. There seemed to be a gaggle of cars there going through. So whether or not we've had any contact, I'm sure if there has been contact, it will make its way into the steward's room. That's what you get for driving with damage, says Yellow Snowman. So possibly a mistake from the driver. Well, not initially. He's obviously had some contact in that opening 3 laps, Pat. But, yeah, he's driven with damage, and that's cost him at the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, it appears that Taylor might have hit Yellow after he DNF'd. It appears after on the sheet, but I have no idea if there was anything. But it looked like I got a glimpse of for a moment that he just went deep into the chicane and just ran straight into the wall. Yeah,
Taylor also running without a right end wing plate there as well. And plenty of cars, no doubt, going to dip into the pits. The DeFi, again, no right wing, no right end plate. What's the V-Carbs? Okay. McLaren seems okay. Of Senna, yeah, he continues on. And we've got 4 cars entering the pits. Eruption, Andy, 5 cars entering the pits. Eruption, Andy, Minico, Simon, DeFi, Ferrari Nuts in there as well. So that's 6-7 cars now as Taylor drops in. ADF dropping in. He'll probably have that wing changed as well.
Yeah, a lot of these guys jumping onto the hards, which is a pretty good call at this stage. Hards can get you to a pretty good point in this race. A few going out to mediums. Yeah, we have 3 new mediumers, DeFi, Ferrari Nut, and ADF. You know, we have so many hard runners now. But It's an interesting call for especially this top 5 group, staying out onto the mediums.
Yeah.
Because they're going to start to get worn out under the safety car.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
by the time we get to go again, they are going to be slow.
Yeah, the guys are pretty strung out. I'm guessing they'll be... We'll probably get going again on lap 7. The back car ADF. Taylor, actually. Something happened with Taylor. I don't know if that was something coming out of the pit lane and it's 246 or Z46 managed to get out just in front of him. But yeah, those guys will catch up. Not in time for Sector 3. So we'll get going again as the safety car does weave its way through turns 13 and 14 and heads round for another lap. We'll do lap 6. Those guys will catch up and we'll get going again on lap 7. So, yeah, no penalties so far. There seems to be a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, there was a lot of, as I was looking through, there was a lot of incidents of collisions and track limit warnings. So I would expect that in a lap or two, we might start seeing a few people gain that first 3 second.
Yeah, and if Tier 2's anything to go by, we will get a cacophony of penalties as we get towards the middle stages of this Canadian Grand Prix. Based in Montreal, of course, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I did a lot of work. I've got lots of stats for Tier 2. I don't have any stats for Tier 1. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I've not had a chance to put those together. But yeah, in the Tier 2 race, we had 7 world champions racing. I don't know how many we've got here. I know, obviously, I think Simon Colston might have won a championship. City of Ours won a championship. Drix
Eruption
won a
has.
championship. Eruption, yeah. J-Joe's won a championship as well.
Yep.
Safety car will get ready to come in at the end of that. Supply Raptor has been quick. I can't remember whether Supply Raptor's won a championship or not, but...
I can't recall.
Yeah, Supply Raptor's quick. Cloud's very quick, obviously. Yeah, up 8 positions then. It's Baked Cookie. He's done the best job so far, up from 16th up to 8th. We are going to get going under green racing conditions. The green flags will wave again shortly as the safety car now has peeled into that pit lane. I'll put you on board with mods, I think, my friend, to start this off as they get going again.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for Cloud to start going. He gets the call. He has to go by the line. So we're just going to wait for him to go. And he's going to go right now just before the line. Make sure that he will hold that lead going into turn 1. There's some carnage back in the back as Eruption and Senna are moving around. Eruption dropping down some positions. So people are having fun in turn 1 and 2. Takubi now up to P4. And that's Drix dropping way down. He's already down to P14. Not a good restart for him. He's dropping all the way to the back. He's now P19. Not great for the Mercedes driver. But Big Cookie gets past J-Joe there into turn, I believe that's turn 6. And he's now into P6. Good job for the Aston Martin.
Yeah, and that's now 10 positions gained for the Aston Martin. A Baked Cookie. Real good showing from him. Side by side, we've got Eruption and J-Joe going down towards turn 10. Eruption in the Ferrari will get the job done, though. And back up into P7. One of the only guys, the only guy, in fact, in that top 8 who's pitted. DeFi has also pitted. Got some fresh mediums on that Williams car. Nobody looking as though they're going to go side by side through the wall of champions, which is probably a good sign and a wise choice, I think, Pat.
Yeah, it's advisable.
Oh, a little dive down the inside, perhaps, from Eruption, is it? No, has to back out of that one and allow Baked Cookie, who's started this race really well in the Aston Martin, just allow him to maintain that P6. Not Zyros in the Alpine, following Tachubi, the 2 Haas boys of Mods and Supply Raptor. And we are back to back to back all the way through the field now. City of R real close, though, with Ferrari. Now, just has to back out of that one a little bit, as ADF and Taylor exchange positions in 17th and 18th. But yeah, it's looking pretty close, pretty tight after a safety car usually does. But Cloud, speaking of people to break, DRS, Cloud has broken DRS. So
Yeah, Cloud's had a very good restart, and just a side note, he's still, at least on my end, Cloud is still low on fuel.
Yeah, he has a yellow fuel warning on that Red Bull, so he may well want another safety car a little bit later on if he's really struggling for fuel. But as it currently stands, he's 7.5 tenths out in front of the first of the two Haasers that are chasing him down, flying in formation, Supply Raptor and Mods. To Tubi not too far behind either. Half a second after him, it's the Alpine of Zyros with Bait, Cookie, Eruption, DeFi, Andy and J-Joe making up that top 10. J-Joe just about hanging on, is he, to DRS. He slipped outside the 1 second, but he's got a couple of corners to get himself back up under that 1 second mark and get his rear wing open. Yeah, there it is. The rear wing does indeed open on the V-Carb, and he'll manage to get himself hopefully back up into racing contention. But those gaps just beginning to eke out towards the head of this field. Cloud, to be fair, that DRS detection zone means that Supply Raptor and Mods will both have DRS for sure, but Mods didn't get great grip coming out of that final hairpin turn, and he may well take a defensive position down towards 13-14. There we go. First couple of penalties now. It's Bait, Cookie and Mods, the first two guys who've exceeded track limits. Testing the race director, Pat, and you were right. First couple of laps.
Safety car.
Another safety car. Eruption's gone.
He lost his wheel. Oh my god.
Oh my days. In between turns 1 and 2, we've got ourselves the Ferrari of Eruption, the pole sitter, and Simon. Simon's got himself a 10-second penalty for a collision there. So there's obviously been a coming together at turn 1. Was it Eruption trying to make a move on Simon? Because Simon's dropped down now to P number 12. Or was Simon... was Eruption round and Simon's ended up driving into him? We've obviously not seen it. We've missed it. We'll have to wait for news from the pit lane. Hopefully we'll have information from the guy. He's no longer raw. He's baked now. Is that the same cookie? Is that the same cookie?
Yep.
There you go.
From MRK, Simon was behind. Simon hit Eruption afterwards. So I think something happened and Simon was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right, and unfortunately for Simon, picking up a 10-second penalty, he's going to have to serve that 10 seconds as well in the pit lane. He's not going to last. Well, I guess you could last all that time on those hard tyres, but will he want to? That's the question. And he won't, because he's gone into the pit lane right away.
He's gone in, and this is the right call. You're under safety car. Pit now. Get rid of that 10, and it's also one less penalty you have to serve during live racing laps or post race.
Yeah, and they're serving the 10 seconds right now. The mechanic's obviously not allowed to touch that car for the first 10 seconds it sat in that pit lane, and we can see now they start to go to work. Yeah, there's no right end plate. The right end plate has taken some absolute battering throughout the course of this race so far, Pat. That's at least 6 drivers I've seen after their front wing changed.
Yeah, a lot of drivers are suffering from that, and most of that, from what I can tell, is either a slight contact with someone else or while champions.
Yeah, those are
and Taylor under safety car gets a penalty.
Taylor, wow. And where is he? That was him going through. It's turns 3 and 4. You know, I came up with the phrase of invalidation station, and that is my favourite invalidation station, is turn 3 and 4 here at Canada. Because it's so easily done, although I've seen some drivers get incredibly greedy when it comes to turns 3 and 4, and also actually turns 8 and 9, which we've just seen Taylor go through again on his way to try and catch the back of this safety car pack. Lap 11 of 35, second safety car we've seen. It's thrown all these strategies up in the air a little bit, Pat. What are we seeing at the minute with who we've got? Got a couple of guys on medium tyres, 3rd and 4th in Ferrari, not an ADF. Feels a little bit dangerous.
Well, yeah, they stayed out again, and they're going to be in a situation like we had in the first safety car. They're going to be caught out a bit. They're going to have less pace than these guys behind who are on fresh mediums. But I will say, for the guys who are on fresh hards, at this stage, they can pretty much go to the end.
Yeah.
They should have no problem if the rain does not hit. But if the rain does indeed hit with these two safety cars now, everyone's going to be in a world of hurt because everyone's going to have to change strategies.
Yeah, it does. It does feel like it's got brighter. There was quite a lot of cloud. We're not getting many shots of the sky. It has to be said. So let me just jump on board with Taylor real quick. And the cloud just seems to have dissipated significantly. We saw some quite murky-looking grey cloud at the start of this race, and a third of the way through, that seems to have burnt off. So if it's going to rain from here on in, I think it's going to come in pretty quick and pretty late.
Yeah, I think a lot of these drivers were hoping that to avoid it, there was to be no safety cars and just blitz through this race. But since we've had two, I feel like the rain will definitely show up now.
Yeah, for sure. Are we going to see safety car ending right now?
Maybe not, because City is a bit far back.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've just seen City of R. Yeah, he's just coming through to finish sector 2. So yeah, we'll do one more lap under safety car, I assume. I've had no late call. It's Andy leading the way, by the way, in the Aston Martin now. I believe Andy's a previous champion as well. Minico's always had great pace, usually been in tier 1. So those guys on the 8-lap-old hard tyres, if the rain is going to come, they're not in bad shape either.
No, Andy and Pinnacle are in a good spot. I would say it is sort of on the cusp of being in a very good spot, or could be caught out to dry a bit.
Yeah.
With those 11-lap-old hards, because they could go, but at the same time, you know, if it's going to be in another 10, 15 laps, his tires are going to be dead.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ferrari not an ADF on the mediums, for absolute sure. Those things, if the rain comes late, they'll be basically in reverse. Speaking of reverse, we did see in tier 3 when Ferrari finished the race driving backwards from the Wall of Champions to the finish line.
Why am I not surprised?
I missed the incident in itself, but yeah, we saw him driving backwards over the finish line. So.
Yeah.
And that actually cost him a position as well.
Oh my god. I'm assuming that's side by side through Wall Champions that happened.
Yeah, I would assume so. I kind of missed it.
There was a similar incident in Tier 4 as MRK and Testarossa, which gave me some more positions, so thank you guys.
Well, that's what I love about you, Pat. You're always grateful.
Yep.
Okay, then, we are about to get racing. It's lap 13. We're about to start racing on lap 14, and Andy has gone early in that Aston Martin. Through 13 and 14, avoids the Wall of Champions. Minico gets out of shape, and Tsuchibi picks up 3 seconds. That's allowed Andy, by the way, to break 1 second, so he may well try burn a little bit of battery to try and maintain that 1 second gap. Minico's all over the place. Not got a lot of heat in those hard tyres, Pat. And it's going to be coming under pressure from Ferrari not pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, it's very hard to get these fresh hards, or even just hards in general, up to temperature at all under safety car, as Drix gets a 3 second. Usually you've spent about a lap or two under green flag just trying to get them up to temperature. It is just one of the toughest things to do under safety car, but if you can make it work, sort of like how Andy's been doing right now, it's gonna be so nice.
Yeah, for sure. So he's managed to break that gap. Minico then in P2 being hotly chased by Ferrari. Ferrari not an ADF have got to make these medium tyres sing pretty soon to get themselves up around Minico and past Minico, I guess, because otherwise they'll have DRS, of course, but otherwise those tyres will go off pretty quick. Oh, we're going to see a move
I'm just
here.
looking.
Cloud making a move. Without the use of DRS. DRS will be enabled now, by the way. And Cloud manages to get himself past ADF with those fresher medium compound tyres. Softer compound than the guys out in front of him in Minico and Andy. It picks up 3 seconds. DeFi takes a position from Senna in the
Oh,
field. And
it's off the track, and there's a collision in the back. Could we have another safety car? I don't know. There's a lot of damage.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure City of R and Drixel, their life will have flashed before them as the kick Sauber of it span and was facing the wrong way and went from one side of the track to the other backwards. There'd have been a couple of drivers who may want to have a quick courtesy wipe in the bathroom afterwards after that little incident, I think, Pat.
Drix has front wing damage now because of it. Drix does have front wing damage. He's missing an end plate again.
Yeah, left one this time. That might be the first left end plate we've seen missing, but Drix will be fuming.
DeFi is missing a right end plate. There's another right one gone.
Right.
Where
is he? Yeah, yeah.
Verizon. Now this is interesting. I get pitting right now because you're on 10 lap old mediums, but at the same time, everyone's all bunched up because we did just have a safety car. So you're just getting rid of old mediums, but you're just dropping straight to the back.
Yeah, that's for.
And we're already gone
right?
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for right now.
Yeah, and we're back green racing again. DeFi. DeFi looks like he was possibly serving some sort of penalty. Let's have a quick look at the penalties. Actually, 3 seconds are plenty for 6 of our drivers: Mods, Tachubi, Bait Cookie, Taylor, Drix, and it's 246. No more penalties across. Andy is making those hard tyres do a decent job. He's managed to get himself out in front of Minico. Minico being challenged by Cloud down into the hairpin. Who's going to get the better traction and grip out of that hairpin? I'll tell you who isn't too far away, and that's Supply Raptor, also on 5-lap medium tyres. The DRS will be open on a couple of these cars. It's going to allow Cloud to breeze past Minico. Supply Raptor makes it 2 out of 3. And Cloud and Supply Raptor get themselves past the Ferrari of Minico. He's relegated down to P4 and will be under pressure from the kick Sauber of ADF. Although 12-lap old mediums, Pat, I don't think they're going to go too much longer. I think ADF's going to have to come in and bang some hearts on.
Yeah, these tires are definitely hitting the cliff now on a normal 2-stop strategy. You only want to take those mediums to 11 laps, if 11 at all. So he's not going to be loving life here, and Takubi's going to be all over him in just a moment. He's already sniffing that gearbox, trying to find a way to get past the Sauber.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be too long. Certainly, when we get to these corners where grip is so essential, you can already see Tachubi so hot on the back, 1.5 tenths off the back of him. We're going to see him move down the inside at the hairpin. He's going to have a look, and he's done more than have a look. He's had a look and walked through an open door that ADF left. And if you leave the door open, you know that Tachubi in that McLaren is going to try and make it pay for himself. He's also, Tachubi might be up here for a move on Minico. Yes, he is. Minico loses another position. Minico had lost a lot of time there to the cars out in front of him. Was outside.
Yeah.
Mods picks up another 3 seconds.
And Andy's dropping off. Andy's down to 3rd.
Yeah, that Cloud and Supply Raptor have made the moves through the DRS zones. Obviously managed to catch back up there and utilize DRS to get past on those 2 DRS zones between 10, 13, 14. There must be a couple of turns there that are kind of like nondescript turns. I'm sure hairpin's 10, and then it's 13, 14 at World Champions. But yeah, Andy now struggling to try and maintain himself at the back of these 2 guys, 9 and a bit tenths. He's still 1.2 seconds in front of Tachubi as Not Zyros picks up a penalty. Minico dropping back on those older hards. Doesn't seem to be managing those tyres particularly well. 30 laps doesn't seem very old for hard tyres around here, Pat, but
no, but he's not having a fun time with it. But I can tell you he's not having a fun time. It's who's just had a moment in 3 and 4. He seems to be going again now. Hopefully he doesn't have damage. But Minico's just getting caught up from everyone having DRS on him.
Oh, wow. What is that? Minico and Mods. I don't know who was at fault there. It looked like Mods was trying to make something work, but...
Yeah, Minico was just out of Mods and ADF, and Mods trying to make a move on ADF, and when Miniko took his normal line, Mods had nowhere to go and had to escape.
Yeah,
So it's just unfortunate timing for Mods there, but he has gotten ahead of ADF as ADF has dropped behind Baked Cookie. So Baked Cookie trying to make some moves now as Miniko has dropped back behind Mods, and he's going to drop in our position right now. The Baked Cookie Miniko is dropping like a rock here.
Yeah, those tyres are not the one for the Ferrari man right this very moment in time, with 19 laps soon to be in the books. Pinnacle burning a lot of battery as well. Not a great deal of battery management from him, down at 35%. ADF right on his tail as well. But ADF, 14 lap old medium tyres, actually isn't doing too bad at this particular moment in time. I would imagine, though, surely he's going to dip in for some fresh yellow rims. Surely. We're going to see Baked Cookie. Are we going to make a move? No, just makes Mods have a look in his wing mirrors there, but try to fake him out. But Mods in the Haas didn't buy that. And those guys will continue down into turn 1, 2, and 3 as Miniko. His nights started off reasonably well, but it's coming apart at the seams as he picks up his penalty, and that is, yeah, just 3 seconds. Mods has got 6.
Yep.
Everybody else on the penalty train at the moment with 3. Tachubi, Baked Cookie, Miniko, Zyros, Simon, Taylor, Drix, and Itz after that spin. Turns 3 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Miniko's running a bit high because of that safety car, so I'm not too surprised he's been dropping down. I think now we're seeing Miniko sort of cool off, get into his zone, and start to run some good solid laps as D5 picks up a 3-second penalty. And it's yellow flag. That Senna had I believe, an issue out of the chicane in sector 2.
Yeah, he's got no front wing whatsoever, so he will be... Ferrari Nut's got to be careful here, not be on the inside going down towards that final turn. He's going to have to just make his... Just be patient, I think, there if you're Ferrari Nut. Let the McLaren go straight on into the pit lane as he does. You'll pick up that position.
Yeah, I was about to say, Senna actually has the best straight line speed on the track when you don't have a front wing.
He does. And I tell you who else is going to be trying to get some frontline speed. It's going to be Supply Raptor, because he's just picked up 3 seconds. And the 2 front runners then, within a second of each other. So still with DRS, Supply Raptor on Cloud. But Cloud now without the penalty, surely with 3.2 second gap between second and third, will be the favourite to be winning this race. Taylor picks up his second penalty of 3 seconds. In the pit lane is Senna. Did Senna throw a new wing on? He did. Good stuff.
Yeah, those mediums there is a good call. Yeah. Very good call there.
Yeah, he can squeeze these mediums. I mean, ADF
100%.
16 lap old mediums as Tachubi and Andy exchange positions down that straight. Tachubi with the DRS, of course.
As Andy's pitting.
Lane. Yeah, into the pit lane comes Andy. Where do you think he's going to filter out then, Matt?
I think he's going to be down right around where City of R is. As ADF gets himself a 3-second time play. Unfortunate for the kick sour. J-Joe, outside of Cloud, J-Joe's the highest runner without a penalty. So J-Joe, if he could just stay with these guys, he could find himself on for a good position for reserving up an entire tier.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, with ADF in front of him on the 17 lap old mediums, I think he'll be looking to get past him anyway, and he's closing in as we speak. He will have a significant amount of grip compared to ADF. ADF's grip will be falling pretty significantly, I would have thought. But you're right, if he could just get past him, and then that's a 1.4 second gap between ADF and Miniko. So you can see that the grip there is now really dropped off for ADF. He was managing to stick around with Miniko for quite a while, but certainly the 17 lap old hard is massively bigger and better than the 17 lap old medium. I think we'll probably see J-Joe breeze past.
Leaders are pitting.
Leaders have pitted. Leaders have pitted as J-Joe does indeed maneuver himself past ADF. Where is Cloud going to come out then? So Cloud currently leading the race, but comes out probably... Oh, Taylor. 10 seconds for Taylor.
Oh, no. Poor Taylor.
Yeah, so Cloud's going to come back out. Is he going to stay in front of the Mercedes of Drix? He is. Cloud comes out in P7 then. Brand spanking new hard tyres.
Oh, DeFi. Oh, no, no, no.
There's been quite a few guys who've been caught out by this.
He's retired.
Oh, he's retired. Wow.
Right, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at something for J-Joe. At the current moment, if he were to hold what he's doing, he's right now looking at a P3 finish with penalties.
Yeah, potential podium for the V car. Just got the timings on the leader here. So Tsubi, as it currently stands, oh, Simon gets out of shape coming out the hairpin. That's going to give Cloud an opportunity before DRS is even initiated, and he gets past him before the rear wing opens, and he's just going to leave the guy behind right now.
Yeah, left him for dust.
Yeah, some of the way these guys take that last chicane, I mean, I'm so envious of it.
Yeah, I try to take some of those lines and I get penalized.
Penalized, wall.
Yep.
Incredible. Minico back out in front again. Minico on fresh medium tyres now alongside ADF. They're sat in P12 and 13 together. 24-25 seconds off our race leader. Currently the McLaren of Tsubi. McLaren didn't have a great race in Tier 2, so Maud, I'm sure, will be cheering from the sidelines that Tsubi makes something happen for him. As much as we know Cookie, he will be chasing down. Mods has shown some good pace tonight as well. Zyro always. And yeah, J-Joe 13 lap old medium tyres. That could be a challenge to get those things to 24-25, Pat.
They are not. I can tell you that right now. They will puncture before we even get to that point. But I think right now, J-Joe is just thinking about the weather because we are starting to get a little cloudy again. It's starting to cloud up, so maybe, you know, maybe by lap or around lap 30 we might get the weather.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can make it to there. I've seen people take them 19 laps. They've not been great by that point, but they have done it. So if he can get him to that point, he could just pit for the inters and go from there. But he needs that rain to hit then.
Yeah, for sure. Cloud's got himself away of J-Joe as well, out of DRS. And he is closing the gap. He's the quickest man out on the track at the moment. Just set the quickest lap of the race with a 1:11.4. Minico picks up another 3-second penalty. So what's that for Minico then?
6.
Minico, 6 seconds of penalties. Yeah.
Aye.
So I'm guessing if you're the Red Bull of Cloud right now, you've eaten into this lead by 8/10 over the course of this lap, utilising a little bit of battery down this long straight to try and get yourself in touch with mods. Supply Raptors picked up a position. But yeah, if you're Cloud, you're probably feeling pretty confident about working your way back to the back to the front of this group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Cloud has been leading this race. He's been pretty strong in the front, so I wouldn't be too worried if I was him. And right now, currently him sitting on no penalties to speak of puts him in more confidence. Like, if I could just stay clean through this race, all I have to worry about is staying within 3 seconds of someone ahead of me, or what I would prefer, finishing on track first.
Yeah, exactly. He's working his way, certainly reducing that gap down. It's down to 1.7 seconds off the back of Mods now. Mods with 9 seconds worth of penalties, though, so Mods does have DRS off the back of Zyros, who's got it off the back of Baked Cookie. Baked Cookie 4.3 seconds now off the back of Tsubi. So Tsubi will be relatively pleased. I'm guessing Tsubi might be one of the guys who possibly wants the rain to come a little bit sooner, Pat, do you think? So we can try and maintain this 4.2 second gap?
I would think so, also especially with Cloud being stuck behind 3 other cars before he catches up to Takubi. So if that rain could hit now, Takubi could be set up to try to maintain that gap ahead of Cloud. I don't know how these drivers are stacked up in terms of wet pace. Oh, poor J-Joe. Oh no, J-Joe, you were running perfectly.
Yeah, another guy falls foul of speeding in the pit lane. It'll be J-Joe, and will he have to sit and wait for 10 seconds?
No, he got
No.
speeding in, so it's just normal pit stop there.
Yeah. Is
Oh,
unfortunate.
I think Taylor's done.
Taylor
Yeah.
is done. Yeah. He's had enough. Retired from the session. City of R picks
Oh,
up 3.
City.
That's his first penalty of the night. Cloud right on that rear wing of mods, and we'll see him no doubt. Yellow flag. Oh, that's the Red Bull.
That's the. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of Red Bull, though, I think we're probably going to see Cloud making a significant move before DRS is even initiated. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to throw this out there real quick. I've been very impressed with the Haas drivers today. I've been very impressed.
Yeah, real good showing from Haas today. Didn't get much of a mention.
That might be a curse. That might be a curse.
Oh my word, that is a curse. I love it.
I'm sorry, Titan.
Curse counter at 1.
1. We're starting it off right. Oh boy.
Cloud is flying though. He is the fastest man on track at the minute. He's in DRS of Zyros in the Alpine as well. Zyros does have DRS, so can defend with DRS. 20% less battery than the Red Bull of Cloud. The gap still growing though to Tubey from Baked Cookie. So I think we've still got enough time left in this race for things to get a little bit gnarly. The clouds are falling down, but when you get to the point where the rain starts, what's the last lap the rain starts where you think, you know what, I'm just going to go to the end?
I mean, if it comes like lap 34, 35, there's no point.
No.
33, you have an argument to pit, but you also have an argument to stay out. This track can get wet quickly. But if it falls lap 31, 32, I'm pitting immediately.
Yeah, and
get onto those centers.
It is getting
It'll
quite
be better.
murky. It is getting quite murky. Certainly as we go through turns 1 and 2 here, there's a couple of glimpses of blue sky, but there's quite a lot of dark cloud kicking around. Cloud's going to be looking to make his way past Cookie pretty soon, I would have thought, down that long straight yet again. He's done most of his work down there tonight. And I would imagine he'll do a little bit again with no penalties. He's in such great position here. Ferrari Nut, by the way, only 7.6 seconds off the back of Mods. Mods, obviously, with all those penalties to contend with. So Ferrari Nut still might find himself in a reasonable position tonight if he can catch up towards the back of Mods.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to catch up to him at this point. He's got no penalties. He's 12 seconds back. He could just run the race he wants, and he moves up to P6.
Yeah.
And there goes Cloud.
Yeah, there he
No
goes.
challenge.
Supply Raptor getting past Zyros as well, was he?
Yes. Supply Raptor now up to P4 for the Haas, and maybe could catch up to Big Cookie here and see himself back onto the podium.
Yeah, for sure. What's his penalties like? 3 seconds. So tied on penalties with Supply Raptor, Cookie, and Tubey. Cloud, that gap then 4.2 seconds. Yellow flags.
Something happened. We had a spun car,
Oh, no.
and Cyber out. VSC.
Oh my God!
They're blocking the
J-Joe.
track. Holy.
J-Joe's life flashed before his eyes. Then he's got past
Full safety car.
Simon.
Full safety car is out.
It is. Full safety car is out. That really does shake things up. Cloud will be doing cartwheels in the car park.
Yeah,
we see,
and it's now gone dark.
Yeah, it's dark. This slows the race down. So if the rain comes now, I think you've got to throw the inters on. But
Yeah.
I mean, if it starts to rain immediately now, I'm throwing inters on because by the time the safety car's in, the track is going to be wet.
Yeah, and I'm figuring we're gonna have what, about 3 laps of racing once safety car ends? About 3, give
Yeah.
or take.
I mean, Senna and City of R have just thrown the soft tyre on, hoping that the rain
Not the
stays
worst call
away.
for the moment.
No, exactly. Because a couple of laps under safety car, you're not going to take too much out of those soft tyres. Again,
Yeah,
I think we're
I
all
would-
still learning, aren't we? at this?
Oh no, Supply Raptor!
Wow.
Oh no!
The guys have been caught out going into the pits under safety car conditions.
Inters.
On
Supply
multiple
Raptors on
occasions.
Inters.
On Inters. Wow. Wow. I think that's probably his only play right now. He's
going to serve his drive-through. He can't even serve his drive-through under safety car, though.
No, he can't. He's got to serve it next lap.
He's got to serve once we go green. So whenever we go green, he has to serve it.
Yeah, and these cars
within
are
three laps or before the race ends. Otherwise, he will be disqualified.
Yeah. Yeah, these cars are pretty spread out as well. We're not going to get going again for some time. J-Joe serves his 10 seconds in the pit lane.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's going to work for him. That's him without penalties now.
Yeah, he's still sitting in the points for us, so not bad for reserving up a full tier. Remember, top 12 do get points in MRL, so he's doing just fine.
Yeah, let's take a look at those penalties, actually, because now everybody obviously comes together. Supply Raptor's going to find himself at the back of this group when he serves his drive-through.
That's a good point from Kayla. Andy did not pit. He's up in P3 on 9-lap-old hards.
Yeah, that is... I mean, he's going to find himself coming under a lot of pressure, I would imagine, from Cookie. But he's obviously... He's got Supply Raptor on the intermediate. So the intermediate is going to be a struggle tyre. Unless the heavens open right now. Because Supply Raptor would have to come in immediately it goes green.
Yeah. Oh, Sketchy brought up a good point. If he doesn't serve it, it'll be a 20-second penalty. Because there won't be enough laps to do the within 3. And a lot more people are coming on Inters, Mods, and Drix. It doesn't appear to be raining to me yet.
I don't see
Look at the car's onboards, and I'm not seeing any water.
No. I mean,
I like looking at the Aston for this. The Aston with that black part of the halo is a good telltale sign. Same with the McLaren.
Yeah. It's a good point, actually. Bait Cookie with the penalties. 3 seconds penalties for Bait Cookie. Obviously, Aston Martin running real high, and Alpine running high as well. They'll both pick up positions, of course, because of the drive-through for Supply Raptor. But Ferrari Nut now, with that gap real closed down, could be in with a shout. If we look at the tyre situation, Andy's going to be on a much, much slower, harder to warm up tyre for the last 3 laps. 3 guys on Inters. I don't think I've ever seen such a distribution of different tyre compounds this late in a race, Pat. I think it's...
Yeah, and those people taking the gamble, and we're gonna stay out again, so we're gonna only have 2 laps of racing once we're done with the safety car.
Yeah, and the Haas Garage are doing a rain dance as we speak.
They are praying for that rain.
J-Joe flies into the pit lane as well.
Oh, it's raining.
Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. The rain dance in the Haas Garage has paid dividends.
Oh my god. Could we see Mods on a flyer? He does have a 12-second penalty, but can we see him just blitz through this field?
I don't know. I would put my money on the skill of these drivers in wet conditions on slick tyres. If we were talking tier 4, then I would suggest there was potential.
Yeah,
I think these guys, the rain is going to start coming down. It's not hammering it down. Go back on.
It's not hammering. It's just like drizzle at the moment. But
yeah.
I mean, they need to start pouring right now for it to become any kind of grip for these Inters.
Yeah.
But if it were to somehow do that right now, I mean, I'd be looking at Drix and J-Joe without any kind of penalties to speak of at the moment. Can do what they want in terms of trying to get through this field, but I don't think it's going to be raining hard enough for them to have a chance at that.
Doesn't feel like it just yet, does it? I'm just on board with Baked Cookie, trying to get those soft tyres up to some kind of temperature, and he Doesn't seem to be sliding around at all. There still seems to be plenty of grip out there. But the rain does begin to tumble a little bit harder. Lap 35 may well be one of the greatest laps we've ever seen here at Moose Racing League in Tier 1. And away we go to Tubi. Pedal to the metal. And away goes the McLaren. Safety cars in. Supply Raptor's gone into the pit lane.
Pitting, yep.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's not letting him serve it. He called it in too early. It's a normal pit stop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Haas are in disarray. And I think it's starting to get wet out there because it is suffering with grip issues. Drix is starting to cut through this field.
Yeah. Mods and Drix just beginning to move around. Bait Cookie gets himself past Andy. So the two Aston Martins exchanging position. And there's an Alpine that got right hot on the throttle. Went sideways a little bit. And that was Zyro's. As Mods now moves himself up into P6.
I think they might have called this perfectly because it is to the point that the drives are starting to struggle and the inters are starting to take shape. And they are working through this field. Could we see some mayhem in these last 2 laps?
2 positions at the hairpin for Mods. Up into P4. Zyros and Andy will be side by side going down that long straight. No DRS just yet. No indication that DRS has been disabled either, I don't think. But to Tubi out in front. Hot on his tail. It's Cloud with no penalties currently. As it stands, will win this race because he's close enough within the 3 seconds. Bait Cookie's dropped off the back though, 2.5 seconds, and he will come under pressure from Mods. Mods does have a whole host of penalties, and he'll need to make the traction work to get himself back. We're on the final lap of this 35-lap race. Oh, they come together.
Oh no!
Pinnacle.
Oh god, what was that? Pinnacle got a 10-second penalty.
Looks like he
for
cut
cutting the corner.
Turn 1 did he cut?
I guess I didn't see it.
2.6
but mayhem in the back.
Mods. Yeah, this obviously too many penalties kicking around, but you can see the time from Mods. 2.2 seconds now, really kind of eating into the lead.
Yeah, it's inner conditions now for sure.
Yeah, there's Drix. Look, Drix. Oh, an Alpine off track. That's Zyro's off track. Left, right, can't control those rear tyres. He's all over the place, and J-Joe is going to go through. Not quite yet. Oh, there he is. There he goes.
Might be for something big. Mods is in P2 ahead of Cloud.
Wow.
And Mods might finish P2 on track here. Nope, Cloud's going to give him right back.
Yeah, and... Oh, don't fight it through there, lads. Don't fight it through there, boys. Oh, my lord.
Oh my lord, why would you do that?
Tubi crosses the line first, Mod second, but it's going to be Cloud that claims the win here at Canada Tier 1's opening race of the season. J-Joe gets on the podium, followed by Drix, Big Cookie, Andy, Ferrari, not Mods, Senna, not Zyros, down into P10. What a finish we had to Tier 1 tonight, Pat.
Oh
you
my
called
god.
it, my friend. You called
Where
it.
did J-Joe come from all of a sudden? He was dead. He had a 10-second speeding in the pit penalty. I thought his day was done. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, he goes for the inters. I'm like, maybe he has a chance if it starts coming down, and it does, and he's on the podium for reserving up a tier.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. There was talk in Tier 2, people asking what was he doing in Tier 2. But you know what? That result in Tier 1 is just through good tyre strategy right at the very back end and not picking up any penalties, Pat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my lord.
Yeah, what indeed have you done, J-Joe? Super drive from you, my friend. Well done. Race winner then is Cloud. And the fastest lap of World Driver of the Day is Ferrari Nut. Ferrari Nut got the most overtakes, and the cleanest driver was indeed Cloud. Your final standings then, provisional final standings, is Cloud in the Red Bull in P1, taking the race win to Tubi P2. Finishing off our podium, it's J-Joe in the V-Carb, with then Mercedes Drix coming all the way from nowhere. 2 Aston Martins, 5 and 6 in Cookie and Andy. Ferrari Nut in the Alpine P7. P8, it's Mods. P9, Senna. And P10, it is Zyro. I think we can keep going. That's good.
Yeah.
City of R finishing P11 in the Williams with the Kickstarter of its Decent recovery from him in the end after starting in 18th and having a hell of a show all night. Picks up the final point in P12. Minico, after that mistake towards the end, P13 with P14. Supply Raptor, the mistake with the drive through at the end. And then our DNFs for tonight, it's Simon in the V Carb, Kick Sauber's ADF, Taylor in the Red Bull, the Williams of DeFi, Eruption, and the unfortunate Yellow Snowman. Wow.
Yeah.
What a start to our season, Pat. What's your big takeaway from tonight, my friend?
I mean, obviously Cloud and Takubi have pace, but I mean, Jada was a shocking drive, but I would not. Haas may not have gotten too many points today, but I wouldn't count them out just yet because they showed that they have a good, strong lineup. If they can keep it on track and avoid penalties, they're gonna be in for some big, big points.
Yeah, for sure, my friend, for sure. Well, that's it. I don't know what we've done with the lobby. The lobby seems to have broken as usual, so we'll dip back to the main camera. I don't know whether we've got any opportunity to do interviews this evening, so we need Cloud, Tutubi, and J-Joe in. If it's not going to break my laptop. See if we can get those boys in for a cheeky little interview post-race. Yeah, but what a good race that was. Interesting, that's for sure. Kayla, hi, how the devil are you? I hope you're doing very well. Good to see you, my friend. Never back down, never what? Yeah, what a race. What a race, Pat.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if I can get them in here.
Yeah, cool. I don't know if we can get them in the comms box or not. Have we got an interview box?
If they can just join a VC, I can pull them.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Yeah, Cloud's joined the cooldown room. Awesome.
Yeah, so we got Cloud in there. I pinged everybody. I had to go to general chat to find J-Joe since he's not in tier 1 chat.
Just have a quick look at the race calendar again while we're on the main screen here. So Canada is in the books. Obviously, there'll be some stewards stuff that happens throughout the course of the week. But next week we head off to Austria, to Spielberg, for the Austrian Grand Prix. That'll be another moment where invalidations and penalties come into play. I would have thought, Pat.
All right, so we don't have Takubi for interview.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if we can get J-Joe.
J-Joe, you're kicking around, my friend. Are you going to jump in for an interview? Let us know. That would be good.
J-Joe, please answer. I don't know where J-Joe is.
No, let's pull Cloud in, mate, and you can kick off and ask Cloud some questions. Our race winner.
Yeah. All right, Cloud, you got us?
Yo.
First off, what a race from you, showing some strong pace and an interesting wet segment there at the end. Take us through that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, pace was good. Pace was always feeling good, especially in like the social race and practice. So yeah, I never doubted it for a moment. The wet pace was pretty good. I was considering inters when we were going to the pit lane, but I was like, I felt like the risk was too big if the safety car came in that one lap, so I just managed as best as I could, especially on the softs, which died off like instantly. So yeah, I just tried to manage from there.
Yeah, and we were seeing you having a very nice battle to Kubi there at the end, and some interesting side-by-side action with J-Joe on the final lap, which was a little dicey, as some could say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was I was actually really worried there because like I knew he had so much more grip, but then like I was like, I have the ERS. I was like, I don't know what can get removed, what won't get removed. So I was like, I'm just gonna make the move and just hope my car will stick, and it didn't stick. And then he went for a move down my inside as my car was sliding. So I was like, hopefully I don't die. Hopefully I don't end up in the World Champions. So yeah.
But yeah, that was a fantastic drive. And one last question: we're going to Austria next week. You excited about it? Is the track you're good at? Any thoughts about it?
It's not a particularly good track for me, but hopefully I'll just improve that for next week, next weekend. So yeah, looking forward to it though. It's a fun track for battling as well.
Yep. But hey, very nice job today. Championship lead after round 1. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Cloud. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a way to start off a brand new season. Cloud in the Red Bull, sticking it out on those soft compound tires to take the race victory in front of Tachubi and J-Joe. Drixel not too far behind either, by the way, the two guys in 3 and 4 that take on the intermediate tires. Pat, we head off to Austria next week. From what you've seen so far in Tier 1, albeit one race and one qualification session, what are your thoughts on the season? Obviously, you talked about Haas with mods and Supply Raptor, good pace. What else have you seen here tonight?
I mean, obviously, we got Cloud and Takubi very fast. If Jajo comes back, we might have a super sub. But I will say, it was not the best of days for likes of like Minico, Supply Raptor, ADF, DeFi, Eruption. I'm expecting a lot more from them. It's only round 1, like I mentioned earlier. There's 9 more races to go, so there's time. They're not happy at the moment. I can tell you a few of them. I can tell from other Discords are not happy.
Yeah,
but
I can imagine.
But I was like, there's 9 more rounds. Don't let it get to your head. If it gets to your head now, you're not gonna be able to do anything else the rest of the season.
And this is a 12-round championship.
No, it's 10.
So there are
10.
Yeah, we're up to 12 now. So we've got a 12-round season.
12.
And
Oh, it is 12. I can't count. I don't count well.
But there's plenty of time for the likes of DeFi, the likes of Eruption, Supply Raptor, Minico. Those are the guys that I'm expecting to push their way back up through the standings over the course of the first half of the season. I think we've got a real good championship on our hands here. Some of these guys are the quickest drivers around. Cloud is just phenomenal. I've commentated on Cloud in a few different places over the course of the last couple of game cycles, and he's pretty quick. And what I like about these guys as well is they can adapt from game to game. Like,
yes.
It's going to take me 6 months to get back to the slow pace I was at in the last game. Never mind, be as consistent as these guys. And I'm pretty sure, they all have lots of practice and they do lots of stuff throughout the course of the week. But yeah, it's just an absolute pleasure to be able to call some of these races, Pat. Yeah. And do you know what? Especially, eventually, alongside your good self as well. It's been an absolute ball.
We did get J-Joe. We do have J-Joe.
We do have J-Joe. Let's get J-Joe in.
J-Joe. Hello, friend. Potentially.
Hello.
There he is. J-Joe. Just gonna start with the first question. Where did that come from after a 10-second speeding into the pit penalty?
That's a great question. I honestly have no clue. I just kind of sent it with my strategy.
It was funny. We were talking about when we saw you coming on inters at the end on that last safety car. We were like, if it starts raining and it rains enough, the likes of J-Joe could be on for a very good points finish. I did not expect podium. That was not my bet.
I mean, the aim was top 10 for me, and might have gotten in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of really good races for you tonight, J-Joe. Good result for you as well in Tier 2. How have you found the switch from F124 to F125?
I mean, kind of. I feel like my pace in F124 wasn't bad. It just wasn't this good. And 25, I mean, this is a wheel track, so have a little bit of advantage there. But, something was just different about this race. It felt better than even Tier 2 or any of the practices I've done. So, something clicked right before this race.
Yeah, and we head off to, obviously, Austria, Spielberg next week. What are you... Let's talk Tier 2 and Tier 1 then. If you end up in Tier 1 again. What's your thoughts about Austria as a track?
It's a good track, but the strategy is going to be the same. Keep the nose clean, keep track limits out of it.
Yeah, of course, you served a 10-second penalty in there as well, didn't you, tonight?
Yes, I did it under the safety car because I made a stupid mistake to get it, and the safety car pretty much saved any hope of points for me. So
Yeah, sure. Well, listen, mate, congratulations again on a good podium. And a good night of racing all round, I think, for you, Tier 2 and Tier 1. We look forward to seeing you in whatever guise you appear next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week.
thank you too.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Pat, that draws us to a very satisfying conclusion, I think, to the first round of races on the F125 game. I didn't see what happened in Tier 4. I got a little bit of an insight from your good self as to that race. Tier 3 was a banger. Angry Shadow ran away with it in that kick out, but he was 17 seconds clear at the end, I think. So he's going to be one to watch in Tier 3. Tier 2 was a real fight and a real tussle. And again, same can be said of Tier 1 and some of the things we've got in store for us over the next 3 months, basically. I think we're in for some sensational racing, as always, in Moose Racing League.
Yeah, and real quick before we do end, I do need to ask you one question, Andy.
Sure.
Pacers or Thunder tonight?
Come on, my friend, it's Pacers. It was always Pacers in 7. It was always Pacers in 7.
I saw it in your show. I was like, I'm gonna ask it anyway because I know what you're gonna pick, but I wanted to hear the reaction.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna head back into the house. I'm gonna get myself some more beers. I'm gonna come and set up on my so in my room here. I've got my TV. I've got my big sofa. This is my new studio that I've had done for the last 3 months. So I'm gonna sleep in here tonight. Hopefully, drunk as a skunk, cheering on Tyrese Halliburton and the rest of the Pacers to a victory in Oklahoma.
Yep.
To clinch their first ever NBA championship, and that would be sensational.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at that game too. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. Pat, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. That is us done, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you again. I don't know whether there's an iRacing race tonight. I think
there
start.
is. Trying to see. I'm trying to see if they posted their schedule.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
It's somewhere. Well, if you're in iRacing, you know where it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Oh, it should have just started. They're at Mid-Ohio.
Mid-Ohio tonight. Awesome. In that case, don't just stop watching us here. Get yourselves over to the iRacing stream. It will be on. I don't know who's commentating this evening. I'm looking to do some content on iRacing myself later on down the line. But yeah, get yourselves in. Get yourselves on the iRacing. You've seen enough of Formula 1 tonight to last you at least till next week. Pat, thanks so much for your participation tonight. Eventually we got you in and my computer stopped playing games. I shall hope to see you again very soon, my friend, and obviously see all of you as well. Good night from me, good night from Pat, and we will catch you the next time we go green. Good night.